This is The Workshop, and welcome to Turbo Comedy, where 8 comedians from the workshop compete to see who can write the best short set in a short time. We then vote to send our favorite comedian to the final round. Comedians will have to work quickly to put together comedy bits, as each comedian only has 1 hour to write about a randomly assigned topic. They then have to perform their 3-minute set for the group. Once everyone's performed, we'll all vote online for our favorite comic. At the end of the tournament, we'll crown a winner, and whoever has the most votes will win a whopping $20. Get ready, it's time for Turbo Comedy.
What's up? Turbo Comedy is live with Crack Wagon, everybody. I'm your host, Todd Royce, and welcome to the most challenging comedy writing series online. There are 8 comics from all over North America competing for the prize of $20 American. All of the contestants that are here tonight received their words 60 minutes ago, and were given 1 hour to write 3 minutes of material, which they are going to present to you now. We are down 1 contestant because Ashley Gutermuth apparently had something better to do tonight. Probably watching Monday Night Raw. At any rate, we do have 7 great comics. Hold up. Nope, sorry. We have 7 comics here tonight, and they are Ravishing Ryan Sim. Okay, there we go. Cunning Clyde Williams, who has not showed up yet. So, the gentleman Chase Bonin. I'm going to get that name right sometime. Vicious Victoria Blair. She Not Bored Lene Ward.
Yeah.
Helter Skelter Charlie McMullen.
Yay!
And Canada's greatest athlete, Jessica Pijou.
I got winded sitting down.
Also producing tonight's show is Kevin. I wish I was Todd Royce Eggleston. Now, we do have our lineup. We are going to just get going. Hopefully Clyde will show up because he's supposed to be second on the list. But we're going to start off now with the subject of clowns. Here is Chase Bonin.
Yay. So I'm actually from a town called Sulphur, Louisiana, but surprise, I actually went to clown school. It was actually just Sulphur High, but that place was a fucking joke. So, but and believe it or not, I actually wasn't the class clown. I was actually a lazy kid. However, my math teacher, Mr. Musgrove, was considered the class clown. Well, actually, he was just a juggalo. So, yeah, he wasn't very good in class. He'd be like, whoop plus whoop equals Fago. And eventually the principal was just like, actually, whoop plus whoop equals fire. Get the fuck out of here, weirdo. But the fear of clowns is actually called coulrophobia, which I don't really understand that because clowns are fine. It's the makeup that freaks me out. That's a legitimate fear called maquilophobia, which sounds more like a fear of eccentric names than a fear of makeup. So, and but it wasn't until like the 80s where the whole scary clown thing took off, and then movies all of a sudden just started featuring like weird or creepy clowns in lead roles. Like you had Shakes the Clown and It, and any Sylvester Stallone movie. And I don't know if y'all remember in 2016 when a bunch of people just started emerging from the woods dressed as clowns, you know, and then they just stopped. And that's a creepy way to clown around with your friends. I'm done. That was all I had.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
We go in and out pretty quickly. Clown himself, Chase Bonin. Clyde hasn't shown up yet, so we'll skip over him for right now and go into a whole nother dimension with Victoria Blair.
Oh my god, I'm third. Who knew? Not me. All right. So my topic was dimensions. Is it just me, or did the movie industry take all those 2-dimensional female characters that everybody hates so much with their boobs and their desire to be loved by men, and then they just made them 3-dimensional by making them feminists? Yay. Look at these awesome superheroes. They're sexy, they want to be seen by men, but also they believe women are people too. If you want to see her in 3D, it's $40. And if feminists don't buy the tickets, that's okay because the boobs are very much still there. So there's a little bit of everything for everyone. And all of those women in movies wanting to be noticed by men is a good thing for me because I have deep-rooted daddy issues and makes all those stories very relatable. You know, my life is like Black Snake Moan if the main character was getting aggressively rejected by all those guys the whole movie. Not because of the way she looks, just because she wants it too much. You know, if that character was me, she would have gone chained to that radiator, not to protect herself from the guys, but to protect the guys from her. And it wouldn't have been called Black Snake Moan. It would have been called Black Snake No. Black Snake, I'm married. Black Snake, I'm calling the cops. Black Snake, I have a knife. You know. My boyfriend said he wouldn't watch this, so I'm making it count. I've been watching some Neil deGrasse Tyson to prepare for this because my topic is dimensions, right? And I should have known it was a bad idea as soon as the video started, because the start of those YouTube videos is just a cartoon brain being put into a blender, and then the blender starts and smushes all the brain, and the blender breaks, right? And then there's brain smoothie that's getting splashed everywhere all over the camera. And that's what happened to my brain. Are you saying, did someone just yell light? I just heard that in my ear. Okay, never mind. That's everything that I have. Thank you. Thanks.
All right, with a whole new way to make a smoothie in the morning. Okay, all right. Coming up next is someone who is a master in all different languages. I think that's why he said he was bilingual. Charlie McMullen.
Nunca aprende segundo idioma. Sorry. I meant I never learned a second language, and I do feel like I'm missing out by not knowing another language because, like, I'm just kind of a naturally paranoid person. I don't know if that's just the weed. It certainly does not help. But I don't like not knowing what's going on when I'm traveling. Like, I like to be aware. And an example is in 2007, I went to India for a few days to film a travelogue series for a guy. That is as sketchy as it sounds. And I went into a store to buy cigarettes, and I did not know the language, so I wasn't going to try. I just sort of did this gesture. I said, cigarette, and the guy held out his hand. I gave him a $10 bill, and he left. And he came back with, first of all, condoms. Second of all, the change that he gave me for my 10 were 6 identical coins, which what unit of money is divided equally by 6? And how often does that happen? And also a signed headshot of Aziz Ansari, and I couldn't spend that anywhere. I took it to a bank, and they just turned me away. I didn't know what I was supposed to do with that. So like I try to avoid traveling whenever I can, but now I live in Las Vegas, and sometimes it can happen here. I went with a friend of mine about a month ago to the Chinatown district of Vegas. First of all, I did not know that Las Vegas had a Chinatown. I thought Las Vegas kind of, with all the buffets and neon, I kind of thought it was the Chinatown of America. I didn't know it. I didn't know it needed another one, but there is a Chinatown part of Las Vegas, and it has so much neon. It has enough neon to give you cancer and then zap away that same cancer within the hour that you're there, and you don't even know it was there. It's like an Ocean's 11 heist inside your lymph nodes. And when I was there, I found a slot machine. I don't know what it was called, but it had a picture of like a dragon humping a steer. So that's what it was called. And when I put in a quarter and pulled the lever, it played. The song is the Black Eyed Peas' "Let's Get It Started," but it was before. I'm not going to say what it was originally, but it was the original version. So now I'm thinking about why was this never recalled and how did it survive? But it stopped. I got a picture of a pine tree, a picture of a palm tree, and a duck. And then outside the tray. It was not coins. It was a chicken foot. And everyone was looking at me. No one said anything, so they just pointed to the cashier. So I took a chicken foot, I gave it to the guy, and he gave me $5,000. And this is why we're getting our asses handed to us by China. Thank you very much, guys.
Perfect timing, right at 3 minutes. Charlie McMullen, everybody. Okay, and by the way, you just really made me miss Las Vegas right there. All right, speaking of limitations, here is Ryan Sim.
Hi. Well, I mean, even Vegas has limitations. For instance, they say free drinks, but 12 drinks in and one throw up on the Hooters waitress and they cut you off. It's bullshit, Charlie. You know it.
I do.
I remember going to the buffets and they put a 90-minute limit, but that's bullshit too, because 75 minutes in, they come to your table with a hot towel and politely tell you you're making the children cry, right? But doesn't count if it's your own kids. They can fucking get over it. I have been thinking a lot about limitations. Our local Costco, because of COVID, has put a limitation on paper towels because people kept stockpiling them, And I was there once when they found out that they had been sold out of toilet paper, and the people in the line were really pissed. So that was the last time I loaded up my U-Haul in the front of the store. Limitations, I think, are only in place because governments and companies don't think we can control ourselves. They might be right. For instance, you guys know I have IBS, and I think personally there should be a limitation for me on how many suicide chicken wings I eat, and that should be 0. I went for chicken wings the other day with my friends, and when I got home, my farts were so bad I was home alone, and I apologized in case there was some ghosts, because I don't need to kill them twice. I look at suicide chicken wings like Jason Biggs looks at an apple pie, with a boner. I love it. And I was pissed because I bought those anti-diarrhea pills from Walmart before I went, and it said guaranteed to work in 20 minutes or your money back. And I returned that because, that didn't stop shit. So I found out that in my life, some limitations are just embarrassing. For instance, back in the glory days, we all went to Costco, and I found out that if you visit the store every day for 2 months, that's the exact limit before the store manager comes and tells you, the ladies want to know if you're homeless. If not, please leave. I also realized that if you buy a hot dog every day from Costco for lunch, that's the exact limit where the woman just looks at you and says it gets better. I don't know if she thinks I'm homeless or knows I have IBS. I'm not sure. I also do know I'm a dad now, but I knew this before. I was dating a girl with a kid, and I was the driver, but someone else was going to pick them up. And I found out that if you have more than 5 pints at a Chuck E. Cheese and they ask you which one your child is and you say you don't have one, they put you on a 5-year ban from all Chuck E. Cheese in North America. I'm on the no-fry list. I because I'm a dad now, I'm worried about all limits. Like, I'm worried my son has limited speech. And I went to my mother to ask how I was growing up. And she actually said that he's just like you, which either means my son looks like a 35-year-old with IBS, or, I didn't talk much. And she said I didn't talk until I was about 2 years old. I just used to say doy, 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 doy. And I said to my mom, what did you do about it? She goes, well, we had our good doys and our bad doys. We got through it. That's my time limit. I'm going to go. Thanks so much. I just want to tell you, I'm celebrating. Next month is 5 years since my Chuck E. Cheese ban. Thanks.
Oh, congratulations. Also, Ryan, it is you that's got the Chowing Down with Ryan now on YouTube?
Yes, you can watch the before and after effects of IBS and suicide chicken wings.
Yeah, that sounds. I like how we all know that you have IBS. That's just something that's known throughout the group, and that was met with dead silence too. As if
now we do.
Respectively, we definitely know that.
Now we all know.
You actually look like someone with IBS, just for whatever that means. But
just in pain and sweaty.
Yeah. All right. Well, now we are coming up to someone who knows quite a bit, actually, probably, about baked goods. I don't know what that means, but here she is, Jessica Pajou.
Yeah. Me already. Oh, I'm so excited. This not to be a stereotype. I'm feeling a little bit stereotyped because my prompt is baked goods. And I just want to state for the record that I have never eaten on this stream. You have no idea what my diet is. And yes, it is 300% baked goods, but you didn't know that. I actually recently decided to change up my diet for health reasons. Specifically, I nearly hospitalized my boyfriend. He's apparently feeling suffocated in the relationship. To be clear, he's not threatening to break up with me, despite the fact I'm threatening to break his pelvis. If he were complaining about my looks, I'd tell him to piss off. But seeing as he's complaining about lightheadedness and shortness of breath, I figured I'd meet him halfway. Like, heaven forbid I get a second boyfriend. He asks me what happened to the first one, and I have to explain that I accidentally sat on him. So if you've ever asked yourself, what would it take to make Jessica contemplate dieting? The answer turns out to be nearly killing a man. like on our first date, he took me to a children's science center in what I believe was an attempt to impress me. And we found a scale in the animal exhibit that said I weighed as much as an adult male warthog. Very romantic. And personally, I think he should just be a little less ambitious and stop trying to literally sweep me off my feet. And the main problem, though, that I've run into is that most popular diets are scientifically questionable self-abuse masquerading as health advice. And feel free to eat 2 unsalted boiled eggs with unlimited lukewarm water for dinner. And for dessert, you just stand outside on the patio and publicly whip yourself for the sin of obesity. Not to kink shame, but food shouldn't feel like BDSM with broccoli on the side. While researching, I ran across the orange juice diet, which is where you consume nothing but water and orange juice for 14 days. And it sounds like what they do to political prisoners if Tropicana ran a dictatorship. Don't get me wrong, I've tried the odd juice cleanse, but no matter how hard I try, the floor is still sticky. And most legit diets involve cutting carbohydrates, which are at their foundations types of sugar. Like bread is sugar, pasta is sugar, sugar is sugar. And when you get right down to it, wood is sugar. It's just not the sort of sugar your body has learned how to process, so nibbling on a chair isn't going to solve your carb cravings. But here's the thing. I have a massive sweet tooth, to the point where I would gladly sell you my teeth for candy. I will wear dentures made of candy corn before I give up candy. So I chose door number 2, exercise, specifically weightlifting, because I have asthma. Either that or I'm just severely allergic to cardio, because every time I take the stairs too fast, my throat swells up and I see Jesus. I like weightlifting. It's a very exciting sport where you pick something up something heavy and then you put it down again.
Very. Jessica Pajou. Oh, they muted her. I'm too nice of a host. I was just like, I'm sitting here panicking, like I don't want to tell her to stop, but we are supposed to keep it at 3 minutes. So, also for the American viewers out there, just to translate a few things: pasta, process. We'll get through all this, but
3 minutes, 4 minutes.
Right.
The conversion is fine.
All right. Well, speaking of conversion, I don't know what that means, but
Yeah.
the final comic of the night is coming up right now with the word diamonds.
Yes.
Linnea Ward.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Let me pull up my document. So they say diamonds are a girl's best friend, which is stupid. No, they aren't. Diamonds are an inanimate object, and that's ridiculous. That's like the equivalent of having a pet rock as your best friend. And if a rock is your best friend, you're an idiot. They also say diamonds are forever. And I guess that's true, I suppose. But you can lose a diamond, which is why engagement rings are stupid. When I got engaged, I actually ended up getting a tattoo. That way I can't lose that. I think engagement rings are stupid. You just basically are carrying around just a dumb rock. It's dumb. It's very, very, very dumb. It's like when you get engaged, it's like, hey, I really like you. Here's a rock. Now you have to take care of it and not lose it. And I feel that that's a lot of pressure to put on somebody, and I don't think it's fair at all. I think we should maybe stop doing that because it's stupid. I feel like men, they always give it's standard to kind of give women like gifts, like flowers. Like I hate it when you go on a date and then the guy's standing there with the flower. It's like, okay, great. Like what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? You have to carry it around, and it's just fucking awkward, and it's stupid, and we need to stop that immediately. I'm kind of like a diamond because I also shine when I'm under pressure because I begin to perspire. Yep. I got distracted during my when I was trying to write my set because I started watching the She Says No videos on YouTube. I don't know if you've ever seen those, but they're really great. It's where they put a lot of effort into a proposal and then have a big crowd around, and then she says no. And it is great. It's really great. I was wondering what it would feel like to be the photographer on a an engagement proposal or a proposal, and maybe you're like stuck in the bushes and she says no. Like, what are you supposed to do? Like, are you supposed to console him? Like, you just leave? Like, what happens? I don't know. Anyways, what else was I going to talk about? Anxiety, sure. Diamonds are classified as carrots, but I would rather have an actual carrot than a diamond. And I'm just going to just end it there. Thanks. Yeah. Sure.
Linnea Ward.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. You don't want diamonds. You don't want flowers or anything like that. If I wasn't already married, you could turn me down. Well, that was it. That's the fastest episode of anything ever. We're at a solid 24 minutes. So take your time.
And yet you cut me off.
No, that was Kevin.
You turned back and cool. I guess.
Oh God.
You fucking coward. We have rules, and you're like, no, I don't want to live by those, Todd. You pale imitation of me. Right.
That was the voice of God for anybody wondering. So go ahead and take your time with giving us where you can be found online if you have anything coming up. Jessica, if you want to finish your set, go ahead. You can do that when it's your turn. I guess we'll start off first with Ryan Sim.
Oh, hey guys. You guys can just Google Chowing Down and find me on YouTube or TikTok or Twitter. Next up, I'm eating McDonald's breakfast with suicide sauce. I think it's at Ryan Sim Comedy.
Perfect. And Chase Bonning.
You can find me on Twitter at CAB Funny. I just made a TikTok for some reason, but you don't have to look at that. I have Facebook as well, just at Chase Bonning. And if for whatever reason you find yourself down in South Louisiana and you want a show, we're starting to open shit back up because we're real smart. So hit me up and I'll hook you up. Hey.
Victoria Blair.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Victoria for Days. Otherwise, I'm on YouTube. I do 3 podcasts every Tuesday. I do Quiz Whores. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing it with my friend Thompson, and we're going to find out what kind of roommate I am, and we're going to find out if Tom can spell the female body parts like labia or urethra, stuff like that. It's gonna be really fun. And on Thursdays, I do a movie trivia night. You can win a magnet. I highly recommend it. And on Sundays, I do the Dirty Four.
Nice.
That's everything.
That's enough. Charlie McMullen.
I'm on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. If you don't spell my name right, I understand.
The one and only Jessica Peugeot.
Hello, everybody. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at I Am Not a Lungfish. You can also find my podcast, Histories and Mysteries with Jessica and Janelle, where I'll find podcasters sold. Our most recent episode was a horrific axe murder that made me cry. It was about a man hiding in the walls. And it turns out the one thing that upsets me is men pooping in the ceiling. That's the one thing. I can handle everything else.
Man, another easy to get along with woman. I mean, that's all you gotta.
Well, number one thing I like about my man doesn't poop in my walls.
Hold on to that one. Hold on.
Linnea Ward.
Yeah, I don't really have anything coming up. I'm almost finished my Ouija board that I was going to make. So that should be fun. I know I'm going to start dating on it probably. Get ghosted. But yeah, you can follow me, Linnea Ward, social media. Yep. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yay.
Clyde
Do we know-
Williams. Do we know what?
Any of the standings?
No,
No.
we never know.
Oh, yeah, we have to do that. Hold on.
No, we don't
I'm
know.
voting for Clyde.
All right, and I am available on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, all at Todd Royce XXL. And that's gonna do it. We're hopefully next week we'll be back at a full cast. Otherwise, we'll have another quick episode next week. But that's why they call it Turbo Comedy.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Yay.
Good night.